What's up, YouTube? This is it. This is my biggest order to date. And it has been a long time coming. PSA has held these cards hostage for a very long time. It came in a lot of boxes. It's not my biggest order, but it's definitely my most valuable order to date. And I'm very happy to have these in-house, and we are going to get into the goods right now. What's up, guys? This is Tyler from Short Slabs, back with another video, a long overdue video. Sorry, you guys. What can I say? PSA's busy. They're busy. They have been way too busy, and that has been something that has delayed a lot of my break videos. I've got this order 2 months after when I originally thought that I was going to get it based on my last couple of pops. So, but it's finally here, and for any of you guys who have ever wanted to see what a $20,000 graded card order looks like. 20,000 is a nice little catchword. It's actually about 19,500 based on the value that I'm conservatively estimating. So it could be 20,000, could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. But if anybody wants to see what a $20,000 graded card order looks like, this is it. And that does not include most of that last stack, as that last stack is cards that I submitted for a couple buddies. But I'm going to show you those anyway, just for the heck of it, because they're part of the sub. So without any further ado, it has been long overdue. Let's jump right into it. So first up, I have a Bryce Harper Heritage SP PSA 10. Ooh, haven't done this in a while. Ronald Acuna Bowman Paper. Believe it or not, that's actually something worth grading in 2019. Contenders 9. Got an Acuna Heritage 10. I'm telling you guys, there's some really nice cards in here, and a lot of it is driven by Ronald Acuna Jr. and the spike that we've seen in his flagship stuff, and also a lot of his SPs and SSP parallels. So Baker Prism PSA 10. Yes, I'm filming this after week 1, so very disappointed in Baker. The value of this order decreased because of Baker due to week 1, so... Oh, well, and that also, I actually didn't... The results of this order are actually really poor. So you see I have a lot of 9s. I got a 7 Prism from Baker. I thought that a lot of these would be pretty easy grades. These Panini Honors or Score Update rookies. But that's not the case. I think that a lot of them are off-centered. But man, yeah, I have not got a 10 yet on these. But finally, the parallels. Luckily, I did get a gold. That was a 10. Then also a red 10, and that red is numbered to 20, I believe. Gold was numbered to 50. Now we're starting to get into some more 10s. So this is a Phoenix Yellow Baker, numbered to 75. If you guys are following Mahomes prices on Phoenix stuff, Phoenix really, I didn't think was one of the more popular sets, but Mahomes graded parallels for that, and even the base are really starting to take off. I think that I have some Mahomes coming up. This is a color burst, really cool card. So I wish that the sun would come back out and get a little bit of light. I think I'm just maybe in the wrong spot for it. There we go. All right, that's a little bit better. Yeah, definitely the colors pop. Then also have a Rookie Introductions Prism 10. Gosh, this is a stack of cards to go through. I apologize for the length of the video, but there's going to be some good stuff. There's a good stuff and bad stuff intermingled in this order. So if we can push this back a little bit, get some sunlight for these. It's a lot better. All right, Instant Impact Baker 10. Got a red Phoenix, came back a 9. Have an Illusions Gold PSA 10. And it, again, not the best order, but there's some really big cards that are coming up. And you're actually going to see the Bakers, with the big cards for the Bakers, I struck out on every single one of them. I'm going to put a link in the video to the mail day for this sub. I also had some card show pickups. So I'm going to link both of those videos here. That way you can, if you want to see what these look like before and after, that would be a pretty cool comparison if you want to check out the other videos. But these are the results. So the Immaculate, 52 of 99 RPA. This one came back a 9. A little disappointed with this one. I thought that it had a good shot at a 10. this is probably the most disappointing one. The Immaculate Signature Patches Dual. I think that, so I can't see any crease. You'll see there's a couple of creased cards in this order that come back a 4, and that's pretty standard for PSA. I think it could be due to the surface booger. So if you see right there where my thumb is, there's like some surface gunk, and I just must have missed it or something. That's like the only thing that I can see on this. It doesn't have like any chipped edges or crazy corners, so I'm not gonna crack it. Somebody's gonna buy it, and it's a good opportunity for them if they wanna buy that and potentially wipe that booger off if it can even come off. I don't even think that I saw it the first time. National Treasures gear combo. Again, I'm disappointed with this one too. So both of those thick cards that came back in 9 looked very similar to the Mahomes 10 from National Treasures that I got back a couple months ago. So kind of disappointed those came back a 9. Disappointed this one came back a 9 because centering is good. I sent this in the sealed container, or the sealed Panini sticker thingy. Corners on it are gymmable. So yeah, I struck out on every Mahomes card. Whenever I was scrolling through the order, I was like, oh crap, I'm getting crushed. I'm getting crushed. But luckily, Acuna Jr. prices have taken off, and there's a couple other big cards in here that are really nice. So Soto stuff is starting to pick up. So all these have increased in value significantly. I think for all these Sotos, I paid $15 for all of them. Either a card show or something. Again, it's in the video, but so yeah, pretty happy with the results overall. This is definitely proof that you do not need to have a high gem rate for a graded card order to be successful. That is absolutely factual. I used to be so worried about having a really high gem rate, like, oh, I don't want to get any 9s. Trust me, you're much, much, much better off sending in cards that are borderline, even cards that you don't know that have creases like this one. This one has a wrinkle in it somewhere. Oh, it's actually the back, I think. Yep, right there. That little indentation. Yeah, I will say my orders were a lot better. So right now, I'm not at my place. I will say another reason why I haven't had videos lately is because I'm actually moving across the country. So took a new job, and I'm moving 2,000 miles away, and it has been a whirlwind. But, oh, phone's going off. So right now, I'm not at my place. I'm gonna cut this off. Back after the phone call. Yeah, so right now, not at my place. This is actually at my parents' house right now. And this is whenever I was a kid, this is where I used to look at all my cards, right here in the direct sunlight, which is the best place to look at them. So my orders were a lot better whenever I had direct sunlight. Where my townhome is right now, it doesn't have the best sunlight and the best lighting, so sometimes I don't pick up everything that I really want to see on a card, but this does a pretty good job. But yeah, you don't need a gem rate of 80 to 90% in order to be doing well. Honestly, my philosophy on that has changed 100%. I used to think that was the case. It's not the case anymore. I would much rather send in borderline cards that have a very high ROI if they do gem, because if you only hit a couple of those out of, I don't know, you have to do the math and figure out what it costs to grade 5 cards versus if one of them hits, are you gonna end up coming out ahead? So that's kind of what I do. Very, very happy with these Patrick Mahomes. Patty is on fire after week 1. Hopefully his ankle's okay. I really got scared whenever I saw him hobbling off the field in that, I guess it was the second or third quarter. But man, I absolutely killed it with these optics. Was not expecting all these to come back gem, as some of the back corners were a little bit white on some of them. So I did get a couple 9s. I don't know if this is one of those. So, oh yeah, a little bit whiter of a corner there. But yeah, very, very happy with the Mahomes cards here in this order. Wish that I had all the cards that I had in the wintertime, especially with Ronnie and Patrick, because those are the ones that have really been increasing in value from all the things that I've graded. So like these hollows right now, I've graded a ton of those. If you all have seen these in my videos, these are up to like 250, 260 bucks as a PSA 10, which is crazy. I think Prism PSA 10s now are up near 500. Some are popping at 500, some are a little bit less, some are a little bit higher, but it is just crazy what Mahomes is doing right now in terms of the market for his cards. So really, really cool. Which is why it makes sense to grade these low-end cards like these illusions or some of the other parallels or inserts. So Panini XR Extreme rookies. These XR rookies are going crazy, especially the parallels, man. I don't think this is a parallel. Again, I don't follow this set that much, but it is numbered to 99, so I don't know if that's a base rookie or what. But yeah, those are doing really, really well. This card I actually got as a freebie, so I think I bought a Patrick Mahomes card. So one of the rookie optics or something, and they threw in this night school. So I was like, thanks, appreciate it. So I got it graded, and now these sell for like 35 or 40 bucks. So that's pretty cool. So thank you, seller. Rookie threads, PSA 10. Happy with that. I've graded a ton of those. Kind of disappointed with this one. This is a throw-in, I believe. No, I'll take that back. I actually bought a lot of like 10 cards, and I was only buying it for the rookies, but this was like one of the extra jersey cards that was in there. I thought that it looked almost perfect. That's why I threw it into this graded order, but it came back a 9, so it is what it is. Now these next couple are really, really cool. So I got a 9 jersey from Prism, but I got a pink 10. Whoops, almost dropped it. And another pink 10, which is really, really cool. I think these are like pop 11. Not sure how rare the pinks are, but anytime you can get a thick jersey card to gem and it be a parallel and it be a rookie Prism, I think that's kind of neat. And I think low pop Mahomes cards are going to do well, even Prism jersey cards. Louis Robert, man, he had a crazy good year this year. I believe that he could be the minor league player of the year if they have not announced that already. Had a feeling that this was going to come back a 9. I kind of regretted it whenever I bought it because it's a little bit off-center top to bottom, but it's okay. I did not regret this one. If you all remember, I paid $150 for this at a card show. No, I did not. I paid $60 for it. I paid $60. Wow. Yeah. But the value on this, man, I do not even know how to praise this. Like, if you look at refractor PSA 10s, like the refractor version of this card that is not numbered, I mean, some of those are popping at 3, 4, 5. I don't know if they've got to 500, but I've seen some that have been like 300-400 range, which is really crazy. So I'm super, super excited to have this card. It's one of those like wild cards that I have no idea what it could bring, but I know that it has the potential to do a lot. Now some low-end cards that I picked up from that same card show. Got a Trevor Bauer gem, Bryce Harper. I think that's the leg kick version. I'm really surprised that these cards, I have a string of these that came back 9. So Buster Posey came back a 9. Could be because top-bottom centering, because the back is beautiful and the front is beautiful. This Allen Ginter Mike Trout mini, like this one even came back a 9. Could be centering top, actually it is probably centering top to bottom. I don't even think that I paid attention to that whenever I got it. I just sort of assumed that it would be centered. That one's my fault. This one doesn't look like it has any problems at all either. Now, could be top corner, but honestly, that could be like how it was manufactured. Because sometimes if you all see on these chrome cards, like the corners or edges sort of have like a curvature to them, like just from the factories. I don't know. Whatever. Fernando Tatis minor league rookie. This one came back in 9, I believe, because it has a little bit of white here on this corner. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice card. So kind of disappointed in that one too. I got a lot of 9s there. But this Jeter helped make up for it. So got a foil Jeter. Foil cards are starting to take off, especially with the rookie cards of this year. So pretty happy to actually have a foil Jeter that came back at 10. Trevor Bauer, 9 autograph. My Mike Trout came back a 7. This is like a base card. It's definitely one of those. So a lot of people will be like, why do you grade this? Well, if you look, the PSA 10s from this card will sell for 60, 70, 80 bucks. So it is actually worth it. If you sent in I don't know, 2 or 3 and one came back a 10, it's actually worth it to go ahead and send those. So this one, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's kind of low end. So Baker Mayfield, another Prism Pink. So I have a Baker and a Patty, which is pretty cool. But the Patty Silver one also came back a 10, which is a little bit more preferable. So that is all of the football, I believe, for the order. I think there might be a couple more, but that might also be it. I don't know. But next up, we have our Christian Yelichs, and I did not do the best on Christian Yelich, but again, this is an example of why you submit as many as you can, because all it takes is one to really make it pay off. So this refractor came back a 9. Again, that's not really going to help or hurt the price. Actually, it could help it a little bit, especially with this card being so old, but I did get 110. And this 10 is definitely going to pay for that 9, and it's also going to pay for these other 9s that I got, which is a 9 on the base and a 9 on another base. Now, luckily I did get a 10 from Bowman Sterling, and again, these are doing really well. These are from his 2010 year, which is the same as his Bowman Chrome year. One card I was really disappointed in was this. So I knew that it had a lot of surface gunk on it and that was really hard to come off. So I bought this from a new blowout member, who said the card was perfect. I got it in and I knew it wasn't perfect, but I'm not the type to complain and return a card because it wasn't described like as someone says. Again, this is all subjective. Now, I will say I paid $500 for this card, so I paid over market big time because I did trust his opinion that this card would be, it was from his personal collection way back whenever this came out. So I was like, well, it could be a hidden gem, and he says that it's perfect, so I'm going to take a chance on it because 10s are going for $1,000. This is one that did not pay out, but this is, again, I don't hold the seller accountable for that. Like, that's me taking a risk, and I just struck out. So it is what it is. So any of you all who are trying to screw people, because this hobby is full of people that just like to screw people for whatever reason, don't do that. Like, just take your lumps and go and be done with it. I'm kind of disappointed in this card that came back a 9 because there is nothing wrong with it. This is a perfect crack out and resub candidate, but this next one is not. Very happy to get this. So this is his rookie logo Bowman Chrome orange refractor. And I don't know the pop on this. I'll have to check out a little bit later. I bought these from the same seller. I think that this 9 really should be a 10. I mean, I don't know what the issue is with it. I mean, it could be a small thing of surface gunk, I'm not sure. But this orange 10. So if you look at rookie logos, Bowman Chrome orange rookie logos, I mean, just look at what the Trouts are doing. Look at what Mookie Betts does. Aaron Judge, Chris Bryant, Ronald Acuna Jr. now. So, I mean, there's a history for those types of cards to do really, really well. Now, obviously, if it was this one, if it was this version in 2010, it would be even much more preferred, but still, the rookie logo oranges do really, really, really well. Christian Yelich, status came back in 9. Again, there's a lot of disappointing cards here, but there's some that just, like, some of the big ones just outweigh all the crap, if that makes sense. So Heritage 10 from Juan Soto, really, really happy to have this one turn out to be a 10, because this year Heritage is really tough to grade, honestly, with the fragile card stock and the potential for white corners. This was kind of a mistake on my part. So all these Ronald Acuna Juniors, I knew that they were all off-centered top to bottom, and I got 110 and a bunch of 9s. I think there's one other 10 in here, but I got a couple 9s and a couple 8s. But yeah, I'm honestly not surprised. I'm surprised that these are not worth more, because these are really tough grades, like very tough. I mean, most of these are off-center top to bottom. So very similarly to Aaron Judge's Topps Archives rookie that he had in 2017. Those sell really, really well because it's kind of hard to find those centered. Now, the pop on those is a little bit high, as people sort of caught wind of that, but that has not happened yet with Ronald Acuna Jr. For archives, because most people are wanting to chase down this. They're wanting to chase down this picture. So fortunately, I got a couple of these before. Oh, give me. All right, guys, back. Sorry, I had a dead battery on my phone that I had to get replaced. So yes, so most people are trying to get this bat down Topps image from Ronald Acuna Jr. and it has been a frenzy. So luckily I was a little bit ahead of the curve and got a couple of these, especially this image, before it became somewhat popular to do so. Let me see, I think that's that one. Yep, so this is a new stack. Let's put this here. Yeah, so, and luckily these all came back really, really good, except for one at the very end that came back in 8. So I got a ton of these, which is really, really nice because these have shot up in value a lot. I think that I paid around $10 a piece for each one of these. So yeah, this one came back in 8, and I'm honestly not too sure why. Corners look good. I don't know how to tell centering on this, so that could be it. Yeah, corners look good, edges look good. Don't see any surface boogers. So not sure what was up with that one, but the other ones definitely make up for it. Montgomery collection, I think this is a very underrated set. These are a lot different than the throwback cards, because if I'm not mistaken, these are like either box set or pack form online, I think. I don't know if you get the full set or you have to open packs. I honestly can't remember, but it does seem like a pretty cool concept. These are definitely some of the big ones. So horizontal SSP numbered US 250, very nice card. I sent in 2 of these and I was not sure that both would gem. I thought that one would for sure gem. The other I was hoping that it would gem. But yeah, this one right here, thought that corner may hold it back a little bit, but it does not. These have shot up in value a lot. So I've graded now 4 or 5 of these. I've gotten 3 out of 4 gems, I believe. I don't know if I've graded a 5th one or not, but for sure I've gotten 3 10s and 1 9. But these are a lot tougher than the vertical SSP, Ronald Acuna Jr. But same print run, same card number, everything. So these have shot up a lot in value. I think the last one of these that sold was around 12, 13, 1400 bucks, something like that. Rainbow foil, I think the last one of these that sold was 850. So really, really nice to see that all these shot up in value. Again, if you all watched my previous video, I graded like 10 of these over the winter time, and 10 or 11, and only 2 I think came back at 10. So got really, really hammered. Those were tough grades just because of all the chipping and stuff that happens on the back of the card that is different than your normal base flagship card. So bat down, this is the image that everybody wants. It is all the rage. This is the 2nd or 3rd one of these that I've graded. Again, these are very tough. These are so much harder to grade than these, just because, well, I'm not sure why. I think the card stock is going to be pretty similar compared to your US 250, but for some reason, these are just so much harder to grade. But this one came back at 10. These are pushing $1,000 bucks. I think the last one sold a little bit less than 1,000. They're actually starting to dip a little bit because Acuna Jr. sort of had a little bit of a slump, but once he breaks back out, these are going to continue to keep going up potentially. I don't know. They may go up, they may not go up. I'm probably going to sell one. I can't really say no to a $1,000 flagship card that's selling for that. So all of these are going to be available, and if they keep going up, I'm just going to miss out, but definitely want to cash in right now. Jersey, that came back a 7. Very disappointed in this one. So if you all remember, whenever I took this video of all these, I actually had the entire run of this. I had the base, I had the number 99, I had the 1 of 1. If there was a number 25, I would think that I had that too. I don't think that there was, because I think the patch is the 1 of 1 version. So I took a picture of all these together whenever I had the 1 of 1 version, and man, every single one of these looked like they were really clean. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. This one, I think that they damaged it. Yep, they definitely damaged it. So I know exactly what happened. So that card right there, that corner was not like that whenever I got it. I'm going to go back and check my video, but that was not there. So yeah, they damaged it. So it's definitely an example of PSA hurting your card. But I don't know why, because it's in a thick holder, so it shouldn't have been, but thank goodness it's not a super expensive card. It could have been an expensive card because I thought that it was perfect, but definitely is damaged in the process of grading. So is what it is. Got a couple Pete Alonso Heritage autographs. So those are starting to get really, really hot. Again, man, Pete is too cheap. Too cheap. I don't know why his cards are so cheap whenever he is doing basically what Aaron Judge did now in 2019 when the market is a lot harder for cards. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit confusing, but this right here is going into the personal collection. So this one's not going to be sold. There's a couple cards that I've gotten over the years where I'm like, I'm going to put this back in the personal collection. And, you know, it may leave in 2, 3, 4 years, but this is not one that I'm going to flip. This card, I think, is incredibly underrated. I felt this way whenever I bought my Exquisite Giannis. I felt this way whenever I got my Ultimate Collection Kevin Durant number to 10. This card is really, really nice. So this is SP Authentic FX Kawhi Leonard autograph numbered to 50. I'm not sure the population report on this, but any SP Authentic flagship style autograph that is numbered to 50, like this is part of the base set, it's numbered to 50. Like this is crazy. Just look at LeBron. Again, this is unlicensed versus non-licensed. This is sticker versus not sticker. I know there's a lot of differences, but this brand has a very strong brand reputation. So if you look at the parallels of LeBron's autograph or Kevin Durant or any of the rookies over the years who have done really, really well, SP Authentic has always been like the go-to up until you had Ultimate Collection and then Exquisite. So this is really cool for me. Autograph is really sharp. If I'm not mistaken, I believe every single bit of this autograph is on the card, which is incredibly rare. Yeah, this one, I didn't even notice that until now. This one's definitely not going to be sold by me anytime soon. Definitely going to the PC. So, all right, that one's really, really nice, and I honestly don't know what the value of that is. Right now, it's probably a little bit undervalued because I think Kawhi is one of the more undervalued guys out there in the NBA. I don't know why, because if he wins one more ring, especially with the Clippers, he is going to have done everything from a championship perspective that LeBron has done. He's going to have done it in a much better fashion because, sure, he was on a Spurs super team whenever he was younger, and he wasn't necessarily the leader of that. But what he did in Toronto is amazing. Amazing. First time he's in the Eastern Conference, he's like, man, LeBron, you had it golden for a decade and a half in the Eastern Conference. Like, my first time over here with a new team, new teammates, and a new country, like, I won a championship. So I think once people realize just how good Kawhi Leonard is, I think his cards are going to go up in value a lot more. So as you can see, I bought a ton of these Bryce Harpers at the beginning of the year, and every single one of these is sort of fallen just because Bryce is no longer good at baseball. So I have a Gold Sparkle All-Star Game, which is it's kind of nice, but yeah, even with all these cards coming back 10s, I'll be lucky to probably break even on Bryce. Bryce is just kind of learned my lesson. I'm not going to play around with Bryce cards anymore. He's just sort of fallen out of favor in the hobby. Max Scherzer, I had 2 of these that I've graded, and kind of disappointed those came back 9s. I knew that one probably would. Actually, one came back an 8. I think this is the one that may have had a soft corner. Yeah, it's definitely one soft corner. But yeah, surprised that I didn't get 110 between the 2. Again, these Giannis ones, whenever I got these, I was like, man, I don't know if any of these Giannis Select cards are going to come back a 10. I'll be surprised if any of them do. But fortunately, I got two or 3 in here. The reason why, so these really aren't normally difficult grades. A couple of these had a little bit of surface scratches that you can see right there. And then also a lot of like gunk near the top. Now, I thought that this top edge chipping, as you can see, would hurt it because some of them had it, some of them didn't. I know Bowman Chrome cards have that, and they're not really dinged all that much, but as you can see, this one doesn't have it. So, again, I kind of a mixed bag of condition with those Giannis rookies, and that's just proof that those are getting much tougher to grade over time. It used to be you could buy those and they would be 80 to 90% gem rate, but now it's 40, 30% gem rate, it seems. DeGrom, so very happy that he's starting to pitch well, because at one point these were kind of worthless, especially the way he started the season. This one is a really cool card. Very happy to find a 2013 Trout raw out in the wild that is actually gradable. So this one is his blue opening day card, number to 2013, rookie logo. Man, that one's a pretty sharp card. Really, really cool to actually find that and have it graded 10. Whenever I saw that popped as a 10, I was like, man, I forgot that I submitted that. So pretty happy to have that. Purple refractor from Heritage. Again, I love grading these. These are really nice. Sad that one came back in 9, but overall, really like grading those cards. Jordan Grosjean's base PSA 10. I think his stuff's starting to heat up a little bit. Knew that this one would probably have a 50-50 shot at a 10, and it ended up flipping the other way. Really surprised that this Louis Robert came back a 10. Now, it does have a little bit of mark here, so that could potentially be it. Now, every single time I say that I'm surprised it came back a 9, I'm like, oh, well, there's the flaw. That's the reason why it's not a 10. So that's sort of how it works. I'm kind of disappointed that this one came back a 9, because this is a black border Heritage card, which is really, really tough to find in good shape, but there just really is nothing wrong with this card. So yeah, this is a good regrade candidate. If somebody wanted to pop this out and send it to Beckett, for sure this is a 9.5. PSA, this should be a regrade 10 candidate, I would think. Unless they've damaged a corner that I haven't seen. No, looks pretty solid. Next, Vince Fernandez. This is an 8. So he, if you remember my videos from back then, he was kind of a penny stock. I got him really cheap because he hits home runs and strikes out a lot. I think that he got hurt, and I haven't seen him come back, so I don't know sort of what his story is, but these haven't really shot off the way that I thought that they would, but did get a couple 10s, so if he happens to, I don't know, get hot over the next couple of weeks, these cards are going to be available, so if anybody wants them, feel free to bid. So next is Blaze Alexander Speckle, so both of those came back 10s. He's kind of had a down year too. Not really the best year overall. Really, really, really happy with this one. So I did not expect this one to come back at 10. So a lot of the thick cards I thought I would have gem. This one I didn't think that I would have gem. Just because it's really tough. 2013 Finest, it's not the thickness of the cards, it's the surface gunk. Every single card that I've had from 2013 Finest has graded really poorly just because the surface has been so bad. But Rendon is a dark horse for the MVP race now that Yelich is hurt. So, and you know, his cards are still kind of cheap and underappreciated. So, kind of nice card to have. Kyler Murray, Orange Prism. So good to see that he played pretty decent. I'm surprised that this one came back at 10 because it's got white corners. So if you look at these corners are worse than the Baker card that I had. So there could be potentially another flaw that they found on the Baker card. I'm not saying that it's just corners that they look at and that's it, but really surprised the Baker did not come back at 10 and that one did. Yordan Alvarez, telling you guys, buy this guy's stuff. He is a beast, and I'm not sure if it's this order or the next order, or it's definitely not this order. So this order has some really good stuff. It has a Bowman's Best, Refractor, PSA 10, Gold Refractor Auto, PSA 10. So all those are really, really good. Again, I must be running low on battery because this is the second time. All right, there we go. Yeah, definitely buy Yordan stuff. It's going to be really good. Yeah, so that's the second time in a row that I've been low on battery, so this thing is just killing my battery. But so yeah, definitely buy Jordan stuff. He is going to kill it next year, and people are not really talking about him because they don't have a lot of rookie logo stuff to pump. But man, if they would just focus on his true rookies, which are the 2018 cards, they would see that there's a lot of options out there that they can get. Cody Bellinger, I do not think that Cody Bellinger is going to be the MVP. If I were a betting man, I would put money on it that he would be the MVP, but he would not be my personal choice for an MVP. But happy to have a 10 Heritage autograph from him. Again, I got killed on all my high-end Prism stuff. So the corners on this Kyler are a little better than the last Kyler, but not as good as the Baker. But I'm not really sure what other flaw they're looking at here for this card. And kind of sad it came back a 9 because I thought that would be a pretty big Kyler card to have. This one is potentially a big card. So if you all remember, I graded a Vlad Guerrero Jr. cracked ice from this very set. And granted, Vlad Guerrero Jr. has had contenders autographs since 2015. I sold that as a PSA 10 for $1,600. So there is a market for these types of cards. And with Louis Rivera being a top 3 prospect, that one has a lot of potential. But man, I really got killed on Rivera stuff outside of that. So this Bowman's Best stuff came back a 9. Bowman Chrome Orange, Peaks of Potential came back a 9. Then I had this Trevor Bauer. I paid pretty much nothing for this, so I decided to grade it, see if it came back a 10. Because even if you look at the Trout version for this set in 2011, the artist proof, are sort of popular. So I thought that Trevor Bauer, Francisco Lindor, George Springer, all the players in that set, if you can find those, I would definitely recommend getting that card and having it graded. So, coming down the wire here. So Mahomes Mystique came back at 10. Another Jordan Heritage autograph that came back at 10. These are going to be really, really hot, really hard to come across. Not sure if they made these much more SP than Ronald Acuna Jr. in 2017, but it feels like there's like none of these from this year versus the cards available in 2017. This one came back a 4, and I know why. It's because of that little crease right there, which I did not see, and you won't be able to see unless you pick it up in the sunlight. So that kind of sucks. But that shows PSA is doing their job, which is what you expect them to do. Red Ohtani autograph, 9. Kind of sad this one came back a 9, but it is a little off-center top to bottom, so makes sense. I have a couple more Mahomes optics, just in case if those 10, 12, 13 before weren't enough. I got a bunch more right here. My limes, so I struck out on both of my limes, so both of those came back 9s, which kind of stinks. Red Yellow came back at 10, which is really nice. I think these are like pushing 200. They should be higher than 200 because the hollows are 250. So yeah, these should be 200, 250, I would think. But hollow is a little bit more popular of a color. Couple more Jordan Alvarez's, another Bowman's Best 10. Again, cracked ice 10 that came back, which is really, really, really nice. Super happy to have this. I have another one at PSA right now, and I think I have the number 99 version at PSA as well. But I think this has the potential to be a monster card just based on what I sold that Vlad Guerrero Jr. card for. Javier Baez came back in 8. Kind of sad with that one. These right here are the results of 3 blasters that I've opened from Topps Update. So I thought that I kind of got skunked, but actually didn't get skunked right now that I look at it in hindsight. So Update 1 Soto came back at 9. I got a gold all-star Glyber that came back at 10, which is awesome. Really, really cool to have that come back at 10. Pack pulled, which is really nice. Had my Ohtani US 1 come back at 10. The Ohtani batting, US 285, which I think this is a more popular card than the pitching. Normally that's not the case. Normally the lower the number, the better. The non-rookie debut, the better. But I think people are preferring Ohtani in a pitching stance versus, or a batting stance versus pitching. So that's what I've seen. Mike Trout Gold, so thought that this one would probably come back a 9 just because it does have some white corners, but wanted to have it slabbed anyway. Came back a 9, but pack pulled Trout Gold, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, did hit a Ronald Acuna Jr. that came back a 10, and that's over $100 card, so that paid for pretty much everything, and the rest is sort of icing on the cake, such as this. So I got another Gleiber base that came back a 10. So it's amazing how hot 2018 Top Step data is right now. Like, it is just crazy hot of a product, and I think it's going to be one of those that rises over time just because of the number of stars that are in it. Couple other cards that I had here at the end. This is a Harper that I think I got free for buying a something from somebody. I don't know where I got it from, but it was a freebie. Ohtani was also a freebie, so I decided to grade that. And then also, this was a redemption card that I had that it took forever for me to redeem it, and finally got around to it and then got it. But Walker Buehler, now that his stuff is taken off, this is actually a pretty hot card, so pretty cool. So that wraps up most of my cards. Now, I did get a couple of cards that came back trimmed, which is pretty interesting. One was, and honestly, I haven't even, this is interesting. So if I'm trying to measure these up, actually, it may not be short. I'm trying to see if y'all can see that. Top to bottom. Now, I know this is not a precise way to do it. What you should do is you should remove the card and then compare it to other cards like this or visually, etc. But so they said that this Christian Yelich, which is like pretty much a worthless card, came back trimmed. I mean, this is a third-year prospect card. It's the year of his rookie logo, but it doesn't have a rookie logo on it. But they said that one came back trimmed. And then also a Mike Trout 2019 Heritage Bat card. So I don't know who would be trimming this, but they said that it came back minimum size. So I will probably send these off to Probstein just like this, so he can sell those and disclose it, that they are altered, but whether they're altered or not, I don't know. I didn't do it, so I don't know why anybody would want to alter something like this. But so those are the altered cards for the order. And next up are the cards that I had graded for a couple friends. So I'll go through these really quick. Yelich 9, Yelich 10. Got a Seth Beer Red Refractor 10. Juan Pablo Blue Shimmer 9. Got a Joey Bart 10. Wander Franco 10. Griffey Gold Stars 9. A Anthony Rizzo 8. Louis Robert 10. Robert Refractor 10. JD Martinez 9. A Carter Kieboom 9. Alec Baum Green 9. A Brady Singer 9 Blue. Alec Baum Bowman's Best 10. Ooh, let's get these guys stacked up. Louis Robert 9. This one's a big one. So Pete Alonso Chrome 10. So I think that one made that guy happy because he was kind of getting killed on the rest of his stuff. Alec Baum 10. Kirilloff 9. A Yelich 10. Yelich 9. Yelich 10. Yelich 9. And then a Phillip Rivers Bowman Chrome 9. So that is the order. Again, thank you all for watching. If you all have not seen a $20,000 crazy order, this is definitely my biggest one thus far, so thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll have a couple more videos coming out because I actually have 4 orders at PSA now, so they should be sprinkling in really, hopefully over the next couple of weeks. So hopefully there'll be a couple more videos once I officially get settled into my new move. Hopefully I'll have more videos coming. Thanks.